Hey family, this is Alex from AV3 Media Works, and I'm here with my buddy G today, and we're going to talk about the film Panther. We really enjoyed it this weekend. It was a really good time, and we're going to just get right into it. So just enjoy the conversation, and I'm going to put this on my site, so just let me know if you have any feedback. Alright G, let's get right into it, man. I love the film. I mean, hands down. And I'm not even biased because of where I am a little biased, but I am not about all the marketing hype. I've been waiting to see this film since I first heard about it way last year, and it's just really exciting that it's finally here. Finally got to see it, and it lived up to the hype. It was not a disappointment at all. I'm really grateful for the director Ryan Coogler and his vision for the film. I think he fulfilled it very well. He's quickly becoming one of my most favorite film directors. You know, ever since Fruitvale Station and Creed, which are his two other massive projects, he just keeps getting better and better and better. What I like about Ryan Coogler is that he brings a certain emotion to his films that you don't often get to see. You know, it's almost like he's not just making the film to make it, but he's making it to definitely get a good point across about the characters in the story. You sympathize with the characters, you care about them, and he takes you well on that journey. I think that the cast was chosen perfectly, without question. Every single person was a major player. Nobody had a small role. The cinematographer was phenomenal, because you know I'm into cinematography, so you know that's my thing. And Rachel Morrison, who's a really up-and-coming cinematographer, she did a great job, just phenomenal. She really captured the visions of Wakanda, its people, its culture quite well. We got a lot of good camera time on each character, without question, and I think she did a great job.
I like a lot of what you were saying. I think that a good part of what you were just mentioning there, the inclusion of everybody, right? And it's just, I think that's one of the messages that's missed in a lot of things today. It's like, you know, even aside from pushing up one group or another and saying, okay, you need more of this, you need more of that, just how much society thrives when everybody's able to contribute whatever they can give, right? Whatever they can bring to the table, black, white, male, female, whatever. Let people have the option, the opportunity to come in there and contribute something and find their place, find their niche or whatever, and be able to contribute somehow to the larger picture. There were a lot of, you know, you touched on it, right? There's the superhero aspect of the movie, which is great. It hits on all the main superhero elements you see in a lot of the movies. It touches on the guy's background. Touches on his background, touches on how he got his powers, how he started to feel, you know, coming into himself, right? Getting an understanding of this is what his father did, and now he's in that same role, right? Now he has to kind of pick up the mantle and carry on his community, carry on his kingdom. You know what I mean? His entire country is resting on, is kind of, you know, relying on him now. So him coming into understanding what his responsibilities are as his own person, and then coming back into the team. So there's that element of the superhero movie and the things you want to see in a superhero movie that I think we're all there. But it has a lot more underneath it too. It kind of does touch on like a lot of social topics and things like that. Like you said, the strength of the community, the contribution of everybody. One of the big things I think that I just because of the way my mind works, right?
This is what I'm interested in. this is what I want to get to.
The big thing, and you look at there was a couple of different things that I think that I'm kind of juggling around in my mind right now, right? There is this xenophobic aspect of what they were raised, you know, the way that the country has always been. We have the things we have, and for good reason. Seeing the way things have happened around other parts of the world. If we get too vocal, if we go too public about the resources that we have here, it's going to be exploited. We're going to have to fight wars to keep it, so on and so forth. I get that part of it, right? So I understand what they were saying. I like the aspect that Michael Jordan brought into it too. Like, okay, but there's other people who are in need, other people that are struggling. That you can be a voice of reason. You could be a voice that's going to help. You know,
he had a valid point.
He did.
He really did.
You know, and it's like I think they were picking up on. It's funny because you know this movie. I know the comic book, right? It came up around the time of the Black Panthers in America, so on and so forth. So he kind of had that mentality. You know what I mean? When you listen to him talk, he's repeating a lot of those things you heard the Panthers saying around that time. So you gotta balance it. You gotta keep in mind this is a mainstream film, right? There are people that have put a lot of money behind this. Those people that put that kind of money behind films don't put anything out there that's gonna kind of go against their narrative, right? So yes, there were some elements of what he talked about there that have been a part of history, right? He was really pushing this kind of revolutionary aspect of it, which has been a voice that's been out there. With the Wakandans kind of had this other the other end of the spectrum, like, well, we just don't want to put ourselves out there because we don't want people to take what we have.
Right.
We don't want them to know how far along we've come for
Right.
the risk of losing it,
Exactly.
right? So the good place, the balance is somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably a little bit of both that have
Right.
to be done. You have these things that you've gotten a hold of. That's great.
Yeah.
There are people out there that you can help, but not so much just from the perspective of empower them to rise up and fight. Just even just for their well-being. You know
Right.
what I mean? Even just to kind of to balance the scales across everything. What I think were the probably biggest cons for me, again, I think he was a little bit too soft-spoken at times, a little bit too, he wasn't. And again, he's a young king. He's coming into himself,
Exactly.
right? So kind of give him time. Not all the first superhero movies started off with a real strong protagonist, right? You kind of got some of them that had a slow start. Thor had the same. Captain America. The first movies were okay. You know, it's good to introduce a character.
Yeah.
But the ones that got real good were your second, third, fourth iterations in that series,
Yes.
right? So that is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had too much else negative really to say aside that. I think it was, for the most part, I think it was a real good movie.
Yeah.
Again, there's elements of it that I think, kind of they give you so much, let you go so far in it.
It's Disney.
It's Disney. It's
Disney.
mainstream.
Yeah.
Hollywood has money behind it, so you got to keep in mind that Disney, the media, everybody else kind of run by the same people. So
Exactly.
it's going to be what it is, right?
Exactly.
But I think that for what it was, I think it still had some good things to pull from it.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. Perfect.
So
All right,
yeah.
cool, man. We good.
But yeah, guys, definitely go see this film. Definitely don't do any bootlegs or anything like that. Go see the film. Give it an honest eye, give you an honest opinion. And definitely read my review on the site at ab3mediaworks.com. And just see what I feel about it. You can leave your feedback too. I love to have dialogue with you and interact with you on my site. But let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you thought it lived up to the hype. And my buddy and G and I, we're gonna do this again and again. And I'll get more friends on the board. We just talk about film, man. We love film. We love good movies, and we want to talk about it. And we want your feedback too. So again, this is Alex AB3 from AB3 Media Works, and just go check out my site. I got some couple of videos on there. I'm gonna be adding more stuff, more content. I have some photography on there. If you want to check that out. But definitely check out my blogs. I come from the heart with those blogs about the certain films that I've the film reviews that I've left in my blog. I come from the heart on that. So, go check that out if you can. We get some time. Go to my site ab3mediaworks.com. I'm always on there, updating and just reading the feedback people leave. You can go check out some of the feedback that I've done. And just let me know how you feel about my work, and maybe we can work together sometime. So I hope to hear from you guys soon. And you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and just really go see that film and support it. It's going to make that money. I think it made already $218 million, so it's going to continue to make the money. It's going to smash records, and it just shows that this is the type of film that we want to see. So again, this is Alex from AB3 Media Works. You guys have a good night.